Folks, I first want to set your mind to, have you ever wondered what exactly it would feel like to have an endless supply of leads? Now, I'm not talking any kind of leads that come in from a CPA offer. I'm talking about premium buyers that are sitting there holding on to everything you're communicating to them and want to see what's next. And we're going to show you how to do that, how I've done it, how other people have done it, and that's what's going to be revealed today. So first thing we're going to do is reveal our agenda and promise this evening. And the first thing we're going to show you is 3 profitable niches demonstrated that are going to open your eyes to the world of possibilities. Proven case studies, meaning where these are recent, they're not hypothetical, they're fact-based, and they are there. And we're going to also show you how to discover how to find money in your niche, meaning your area of expertise, your area of passion, whatever it is. We'll use identifiable, objective criteria that'll clarify it. And then we'll show you 3 money-making magnets regardless of the niche that you're in, so you can make money and with these premium buyers, because it's all about premium buyers, and think about that in your mind and how that would work for you. And here's the beauty, is how to follow the proven success plan. I like things laid out in numbers 1, 2, 3, ABC, easily followed, paint by numbers. There's a reason the success systems work so well is when they're laid out with a plan. And here's a little key that I'm going to use as an incentive for you all to stay on, is how to get anyone to take your call, no matter their position. And I'm going to share a little secret strategy, a little side note story that I've got going on, which will prove out this exact phrase with somebody that's very high level, how I'm going to get them on a call. So let's get started. I'm anxious. I hope you are. So let's move on and see what else we got on. Oh, there's a gift for you. Everybody loves gifts. So I have a gift for you. For everyone that stays on, you have a gift that's going to be sent to you immediately. And what is my gift? What is my gift? It is a book. Does everybody like to read? I think so, because you're a smart group. So this is my book that's up on Amazon called Clients Forever. It's selling for $24.95, and that's your gift. Now, why should you listen to me? What makes me qualified to present to you today? The reason you should listen to me is when Slides advanced, I have worked with quite a few celebrities in the direct marketing field. There was a man named Dan Kennedy that I've shared the stages with many, many years, a client, friend, and a mentor of mine. There's a picture. I've recently shared the stage with Sir Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Airlines, quite a dynamic man. We were on a stage together in London last March. J. Conrad Levinson, who authored all these books, the Guerrilla Marketing Series, very nice man, former college professor at Stanford. And of course, the Donald, shared a stage with him last year. Didn't get to talk too much. He's too busy fussing with his hair. And of course, Allie Brown, one of the big clients of mine, probably from 9 years ago, was when she first became a client. She has since jumped on pretty well. Bob Proctor, who is the main person behind The Secret, at a seminar last year. We were able to share a stage. And then Paul Hartunian, who sold the Brooklyn Bridge. There we are on the Marketer's Cruise last year in a picture. We have pictures from stages all over the world. And then, of course, Bill Glazer, who was involved with Dan Kennedy for many years, and had the pleasure to work with him as a client and a co-presenter on a number of occasions. So here's my little bit of a credibility that's flying in. I have a book that was published in 2009 with John Wiley and Sons called The Silent Salesman. We'll show you a little piece of that in a second. One of the reasons I like to talk, comfortable talking, is I was a former syndicated radio show host with CBS in Los Angeles. 97.1 was the channel for any of you that are in Los Angeles at the current time. And I have spoken on direct marketing in 9 countries in both English and in Spanish. But I have an accent in Spanish, I must confess. And I've been responsible for 9 figures in sales on television via infomercials. So I know a little bit about buying media. And these are some of the newspapers and magazines I've been published in: the Wall Street Journal, the Sydney Morning Herald, Entrepreneur Magazine, CNBC News Television, blah, blah, blah. So enough about me. Let's get started and show what's about you, how my information that I'm going to share, that I learned about, is going to benefit you. And I like to always show proof. So on the left, there I am being interviewed by CNBC. On the right, 97.1. That was my station in Los Angeles, CBS Radio. So I just want to validate it. So everything we show you is proof-based in the presentation today, and that's how I conduct myself in my business world. If a claim is there, show it to me. Now here's the book, The Silent Salesman. That was published by John Wiley & Sons. That's what came out in 2009, and that later became a bestseller. And one of the things I like about proof, and you should too, is if it can verify it, it's more legitimate. And here was a shot. Yes, I was much younger than 1996 on Home Shopping Network in St. Pete, Florida, St. Petersburg. There I was demonstrating a product that later earned me about $8 million. So let's start with the facts. We are in a fast-changing world. The old is not working today like it used to. And the way people consume information has changed, and it has changed dramatically. Think about the days of television. I remember as a boy turning it manually. Today, everything, you're overwhelmed by information. So getting trusted followers, clients, and customers is much harder than before because of the amount of choices they have. Newspapers and print magazines are disappearing. This is just a fact. And a lot of things are going digital, many things. Television is losing market share because commercials are avoidable now with TiVo. People race through them. They pre-record and they watch when they want. It is pretty much permission based. When you want to watch things, you're watching it. When you want to tune in, you're all at choice, being on this webinar today, which is great. So let's talk about what's possible for those of you that have stuck around. And those of you that are going to be able to glean all the information I'm going to share in our short time together, because I'm going to give you a copy of my book, which is up on Amazon for $24.95. So let's talk about the possibilities. Number one, getting almost anyone's attention with the technology we're going to share with you this evening. Getting almost anyone's attention. And I've got one that is a monarch that I'll share about a little bit. Being treated like a welcome guest versus an annoying pest. How is it that people come at you when they want to do business with you as opposed to you trying to prospect them? Discover the perfect people you want to take where you want to go. What does that mean? These are people that are the premium buyers, your clients, your raving fans, the ones that hold on to your every word, want to appeal to what you are offering. So they are the ones that will go with you where you want to go, part of your tribe. Media attention that finds you. This is what I love, is when a news station calls me and say, Mitch, I want to profile you. I want your story. Can I interview you, please? And the please word makes me feel so good. And how many of you want to build a reputation beyond your home country? Most of you are in the U.S. on the call. There are people overseas. That's great. And one of the things about Rich is he's an international celebrity. He's got an international reputation because he's got callers around the world. We are truly in a global economy today. And one thing we're going to show you is how to build endless leads with no hassle clients who never refund. Isn't that great? Who never refund and cannot or will not hassle you. They're only appreciative. So let's talk about two of the biggest icons in our century. Well, we're in the 21st century now. They started in last century, but let's just say in recent times that we're all around to appreciate. We've got the late Steve Jobs, and Bill Gates on the right. And what did they know before we did? They are great anticipators of the technology curve that comes and is right there. They'll see things many, many years out in front of us and then come up with products and services that will assist us in growing our business, simplifying our lives. And all the while, the reason they are smiling, because they're billionaires. I'd smile too. So here's Moses. He's appreciating Steve Jobs. Thanks for making that tablet thing finally take off, Steve. Or to me, Moses preached to Steve, who then listened to Steve Jobs, or whatever. Was it the chicken before the egg? Nonetheless, you get it. Moses is acknowledging him. And here, Steve is announcing the iPad in 2010 when he was quite happy, and it has been a major life changer, all these digital devices and the information going into the palms of our hands. We've seen that, and there he is in a happy face. So if we could have predicted the future, what would you have done? Now, these are little icons revealing some of the areas, the niches that have been huge. There's the whole rich gear category. Dog training. So many tools refer to dog training because it is an extremely competitive niche in the offline, online space. There are dog trainers all over the world. If you look at the amount of searches that are there, it's huge. Hypnosis. Pet training, parrot training. Weight loss at the bottom. You see the lady with revealing the abs? Weight loss. Evergreen category, especially in the developed countries. It's a heavily sought after category for information products. People are always looking for the latest fad, how to lose those excess pounds. And we've got gambling, we've got Forex that's endless, we've got the dating niche. All of these, if you could have seen these before they happened, it's almost, think of it as if you had tomorrow's newspaper, how rich would you be if you were in the trading world? That's what it's like today with some of the things we're going to present to you. You can use the past and predict the future and embrace it before everyone else does. Think about that. Use what has occurred, and you can be there to anticipate that curve. The top 5 industries to boom in 2013, which we've got 6 months left, so a little almost, and 2014. Pension funds are growing, anticipated to grow over 40%. Iron ore mining is anticipated to grow over 23%. Online shopping, 13.3%. Now, my favorite, which is what we're going to talk about today, is digital publishing. Digital publishing. Things you can do that are on the palm of your hand. Remember Steve Jobs revealing that with Moses. And electricity generation. Now, the first two, and IBISWorld is one to reveal that, the first two, pension funds, iron mining, is probably not what we're going after, or the target market of people that are on this call. I certainly wouldn't be interested in starting a pension fund, iron ore mining, electricity generation. Those require heavy capital. Online shopping and digital publishing, yeah, those are a little bit intertwined. So there are some distinctions, but they certainly are related, and those are the categories I'd like to go into. Now, this is just what's anticipated in 2013 and 2014. It is going to improve and increase over time. And you have to ask, can you be part of these industries? The answer is yes, and I'm going to prove it to you. And then, before we see the success story, you be the judge and jury of the information that I'm revealing to you. Let's look at the high competition dog training niche, like what I mentioned earlier. Many SEO tools reveal this, this competitive category and how they can get something ranked, and with all the long tail. But let's look at this. There are with the global search of this, 250 million results in Google for dog training. That will probably slightly vary. If you're to look at it now, who knows how many sites are going up. So here's the opportunity that I was talking about, looking at tomorrow's newspaper today in terms of an investment. When we took this snapshot, was just about 2 weeks ago. There were no dog training magazines in the Apple store, in the iTunes store. There's nothing. There are pet magazines, of which I have one I'm going to show you in a little bit, but there's nothing for dog training. So that was just one possibility. And we highlighted with those icons earlier all the different niches that are yet to be populated, and it's you have tomorrow's newspaper today. So what I'm going to reveal to you is an almost overnight success story with a magazine. And how I got involved with this was I was approached by Susie Block, who you're going to meet in a little bit, and she created a system and said, you know, this is where this is all going. She had done her research, and I said, well, can you show me the case studies of all the success? She said, well, I really don't have one that I can reveal. I have private clients, but we can't talk about their numbers. And I respected the privacy of that. I said, then we have to create one. I said, you know what? I've never published a magazine, so why don't I do one? And you could show me about what I can do. And I've never done anything on iTunes. I've bought a couple apps, but I really haven't been involved on the business side. And she said, well, let me show you. So I walked through the program, and within 2 weeks, I had a magazine up, and here it is. Animal Sanctuary Magazine. If you were to look at it on iTunes, when you get off the call, or some of you just can't be patient, and are probably going to do it simultaneously, but if you were to go to the iTunes store and look at Animal Sanctuary Magazine, you'll see the icon. This is our first edition. This is issue 1 that we put out in, I believe it was March, late March. This came out, and this is all part of a case study, and I followed the step-by-step program that she laid out, and I've always had a passion for wild animals. I use wild animals in my personal branding, sitting on crocodiles, sitting behind tigers, you know, touching a cobra, all these kind of crazy things that I've done. And I thought, you know, would it be interesting to look into that? So I went through the steps, and I followed her system. So let's get into that. So this is issue number 1. Look at my success. 4,500 downloads in just 3 days. That's what I'm talking about. This is the Wild West of opportunity. It's laying out in front of us, right there. All you have to do is sunbathe, do a little work, sunbathe, and the profits come in. First 3 days on iTunes, 4,500 downloads. Let me show you more. And again, I live in this world. This is me in the direct marketing world. It's not about pumping numbers. It's reality, all proof-based. The proof is all that matters. So for 2 weeks, between March 29th and April 14th, I had 10,796 downloads. That's when the magazine went live, was March 29th of this year. So let's show more proof, because I like to bombard you with proof. In 7 weeks, I had 17,168 downloads. Is this amazing or what? Can you see this for yourself? In 13 weeks, okay, 27,334. This was taken about a week ago or 10 days ago. We took this snapshot, so it has spiked up. We continue to add downloads and subscribers daily, all because I followed the system that Susie laid out for me to create a huge success, all in my passion. So what happened? This is inside the iTunes store. In the new apps category, number 1 in the pet category. What's hot? I'm listed. So that's number 2. Number 3, all 5 iPhone apps that are free, I'm listed number 1. And then all free apps in the new category, I'm also listed. So huge success. Again, proof for you to see. This was out of nowhere, all done within 2 weeks. So we are moving to the next slide to show you. So I have to ask, if you're sitting inside your own personal cockpit of life, you're directing your business life, your profits, your career, your plan, what are you doing? Are you the center of influence? Look at this lady. She has been in everyone's living rooms, made a huge connection. Are you the center of influence like Steve Jobs was? He created himself to be an icon. because he saw trends, he saw tomorrow's newspapers, I would say newspapers plural, and acted on it. So I have to ask first, what makes you dance? What makes you dance? People sharing their passions. This is what you have to look at first. Question number one, what makes you dance? What makes you passionate? This is what I have to start with. Your customers equal a vibrant community. If people are passionate about your passion, they're going to follow you. And magazine readers love stories. Stories, features tell, stories sell. Okay? Stand out from the rest in your particular category, in your business. Do what other people aren't doing so you can stand out. That's how you make money. And new technologies mean people tune out messages. Remember what I mentioned earlier, when I was a young boy, we had the television set, and I think there were 5 channels. And then at about 10 o'clock, the Indian came on, and that was the permanent fixture you saw. It was a big Apache Indian that was just there, and it made a sound of hum. Okay, that was then. Today, there are all sorts of messages that we are bombarded with, and you have to discern what is good, what appeals to you, because you're on message overload. So let's talk about the ROI formula. In business, when you invest in something, you got to look at $1 turns out $3. That's the rough formula. So if you invest $1, you should have at least $3 in return for your time, energy, and to make a reasonable profit for it to make sense. This is just a rule of thumb that we're talking about. So what is the value of being the #1 authority in your market, in your passion, in your niche? You need to determine that if you want to be the toll booth operator, the one, and you have to ask, can you do this? Can you see yourself making money in your passion? So is this making sense so far? I hope so, because this is how I made all this extra cash by following the system. Why was I successful with the launch of Animal Sanctuary magazine? Because I followed my passion. Here I am. This is last year in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I'm at a tiger sanctuary. So I'm showing you the proof that that's me, scared out of my brains. I'm about ready to jump away from this 600-pound tiger who was taking a poo in the pond. That's what he was doing. And he just turned, and you didn't see the next picture. The photographer, and there was a trainer that was standing just to my right, ready to jump in the event that this thing got hungry. But I was told he was well fed, so he didn't go after me. So I lived my passion. This is before I met Susie, before I got involved in this project, and I love to go to wild animal sanctuaries and interact with big ones. So what were the steps? 1, 2, 3. And let's go through those together. What were the steps that made me successful with my passion? Finding the right keywords, commercially viable phrases. Not only did I have to find something I was passionate about, finding whether there was enough volume and whether there was enough traffic that made money based on my niche, and eye-catching images, because people are visual, and the cover story, you hear about that. So important to use something that'll draw people in. And I followed these steps that Susie described. So let's go through them one at a time. I use the right keywords. Critical. Anybody that is in the know of a business, finding a name, finding a niche, knowing what to look for. If you are in the online world, most of you are that are on this call, the first foundational step is finding the right keywords related to your niche or category, because if nobody's searching for it, why spend money? Why invest in something that nobody's looking for? So what did I do? I found, because I followed the system, got first page rankings for Animal Sanctuary magazine, which had over 1.5 million searches for that related key phrase. And we're listed here with both the magazine, and one of the things that was key about this is because if you notice, the very first listing is iTunes. You think they've got a strong page rank? I believe so. High credibility, which is what Google loves. The other thing is as we go to the next slide, we're going to see how you go through the process. In step one, the free tool, this is one of the tools that I use. I also use a tool called SE Cockpit. You punch in with the keyword tool, which is, from what I understand, is going away. There's a new tool that's coming out with Google shortly. They're going to be abandoning this, but right now you can look at it. This is the AdWords tool for Animal Sanctuary, and I found globally 1 million monthly searches. The competition was low, so this passed screen number one for me. So okay, I can compete and win. Not only in iTunes, and if I want to have something off-pay, online, but outside of the online store, I can create my own website related to this to further monetize. And I used commercially viable key phrases. Not only was there a volume of searches I was looking for, I was looking for money, because I'm in this to make money. Yes, I love my passion, and I wish I was a billionaire and I could have all these, but what I did was I wanted to verify, and this was inside the SE Cockpit tool, what phrases made money. So I then was able to determine, because of all the related long tail keyword phrases related to Animal Sanctuary, where there was money. So I looked at the cost per click, which is the third column over, excuse me. It shows competition, that's the orange bar, and it shows cost per click, $1.23, $1.12, $2.50. So I was able to identify, okay, I can make money with this with some of the online systems I know. I know how to make money online. It's got to have, and I followed the same steps here. Commercial viability. So it passed that screen. So step one and step two were done. And I wanted to see the money. So we're at Show Me the Money here, and look at animal cruelty, and I had that highlighted, so it was $1.29. And animal cruelty is something that is closely tied to Animal Sanctuary, and I was able to prove it, and it caught me. So then I looked also at eye-catching images. You want to use something that will draw people in. That's you've already determined the volume of searches. You've decided to go ahead and publish your publication and get out there. And then you're looking at eye-catching images. First step. Some of these fancy billboards when you're driving down the road, I mean, this is the best comparison I can use. You're driving down the road and you see a billboard that draws you in. Hopefully you're close with your foot on the brake, but you can see that. So what I did was first captured a great image. This is the eye of the tiger. Look at the eyes, look at the whiskers, the detail that was used. This was our first image, first publication. I believe it was the first necessary step to get people to opt in, and then to download, and then of course the content is important. It's level one, get your envelope open, get your email opened. In the subject line, this is the subject line, the visual subject line. Look at it in that way. And this is a less attractive image of a tiger. And the reason is you don't know if you're looking at the ball, you're looking at the tiger, there's grass. So you've got to use something very strong and eye-catching. The first image was. And that, I believe, is part of the reason why we were so successful. So you got to have all three steps before you go into something. So what gold was found for you? What can you use that we found and is actionable immediately? We're going to show you. And the gold is found by doing the proper research. So let's look at a popular category of weight loss. Okay, evergreen. There are endless opportunities here. If you look at cost per click for weight loss surgery, oh my, I don't think that there's anything on Weight Loss Surgery magazine on iTunes. Weight loss camps, if you were to profile that, advertisers will pay you $7.17. Endless possibilities in an evergreen category because of the technology. It's, again, tomorrow's newspaper today. It's available. There's money to be made. Here's another niche that we found. So weight loss was one. We have a lady that came to us, was interested in a magazine, and here's what we found for her. Moving, she first had, it was French lifestyle. She was interested. She was an American living in Paris, been there 30 years, and was interested, loved French lifestyle, was lured by sweet-talking men, who knows. Here she is. We then, when we ran the tool that revealed the commercial viability of what she was after, here are all the long tail phrases, and what we found was, man, there's money in them hills. Moving to France, if you're in the apartment building advertising business, you want information about that. Should I move to France? Moving to France from the U.S., these are over $5 cost per click. Hello, that's big money. I mean, some of you are very sharp direct marketers and pay-per-click analyzers. Would this be something? Look at the amount of searches. Paris apartments, 12,100 monthly searches, and that's getting $4.55. It's heavily competitive in that, but there's money to be made. So you have to first think of the advertising potential when you have something that has great commercial viability. It's huge, and that's a picture of Times Square, probably the epitome of advertising in the world, all up and down the street here, and we're overwhelmed. There's big money to be made in advertising, digitally and offline, which is proven. So here's the silver platter that we're going to present to you. If you sell, just for purposes of making this so you can put numbers to it, at $2,000 per page, okay, there are unlimited pages potential inside a digital publication where you don't have all the issues. You can create affiliate relationships and affiliate sales, and the dollars stack up. The dollars stack up. Unlimited pages, affiliate deals, advertising, all of a sudden, in your passion, in your niche, you're making money. How easy is that? Now, one person who saw this, he's quite an innovator. He is a client of ours named Alex Mandossian. Some of you may have heard of him. He has worked with Mark Victor Hansen, T. Harv Eker, Donald Trump. I mean, he's been all over the place and has had a tremendously successful career as an online marketer, former partner to Armin Morin. And Alex wanted to challenge himself and set the bar even higher. He decided, he saw this and said, this is the biggest opportunity he's seen in more than a decade. That was his exact quote. He jumped on. His first issue goes on iTunes tomorrow. It is being uploaded for approval, called Billionaire Mentor. Billionaire Mentor. So many millionaires. Let's set the bar even higher. And he followed the system, and he has created his first publication, which is coming out. Another well-known coach out of Canada, very well-known man named Glenn Dietzel, he's all behind his passion is the lifestyle of the entrepreneur. Alex wants to create billionaires. Glenn wants to create lifestyle. So he named, and he did all the proper keyword research. We did that with him to get to his magazine called Lifestyle Entrepreneur. That too is coming out in a few days. The first round of people we talked to jumped on this. These are the big thinkers, the people that see tomorrow today. And then there's a man that you might have heard of named Brian Zimmerman. He's the CEO of JVZoo and involved very heavily, of course, with webinar swaps. His whole marketing, his mission is to show people through JVZoo and webinar swaps how you can work from home and make money and live the lifestyle, spend time with your families. That's his emphasis, that's his mission, that's his passion, hence the name of his magazine. Okay, here's another example of a Vegas magazine that is it was a one-off. It was an insider's guide. Okay, the person that put this out, client of ours, created this magazine, filled it with advertisers after sending out simple emails to prospective advertisers, following the system, and made a very nice profit, all creating advertisements for people that were looking for this because people were looking for inside opportunities. Wholesaler magazine, this is a publication in Australia where the lady who has this magazine, all she does is for retail operations, they buy this magazine looking for wholesalers for different products. She profiles them, everything that goes in specific to Australia. This was, well, not as much as a passion for her. She's passionate about making money. So she was doing this in a very laborious fashion. Now it's up there. So think about this. There's small markets equals big profits. There are riches in niches. Find the area of your passion, seek it out, look at the long tail opportunities like we showed you in examples so far. So small markets can equal big profits. This Shop Brisbane magazine, that is Susie's publication, she put this out as a test to add to what we did with Animal Sanctuary. We showed a contrast of opportunities, and let me show you what the results were. After she put this out, the very first issue, the next, we love proof again. That's my mantra. Mitch loves proof. I'm from California, Los Angeles specifically, but I think I should have been raised in Missouri. Show me state. We love proof. 342 total units were sold or downloaded between March 20th and March 26th. This is when we launched our tests so we could show clients, future clients, what they can do. So this was 342 units. Now you may think, oh gosh, that's not huge, but let me show you the money. Love that, Shane. Show me the money. So this is a snapshot of her PayPal account. Now she's grayed out some of the other areas, but we're going to show you just as it relates to money what she made after showcasing this in 2 weeks. Each advertiser, there were 4 of them, paid $495 per space. These were quarter-page ads inside her publication. Quarter pages inside Shop Brisbane. So that was a little less than $2,000 that she made. So you can see these PayPal snapshots. And we can go on to, yeah, right here, little arrows are popping in. So $1,980 in proof, in money. So magazines mean recurring income every issue. How do you like that? Is this making sense? Can you see how I paid for my time and energy and how you can too? You know, I just have to ask you. I mean, magazines mean recurring income every issue. Subscription advertising plus affiliate sales equals a passive income. About 10 hours of work per month is what I put into my magazine right now, which most of my outsourced staff handles. So let me show you the exact steps that were used. Let me repeat these for you. Walking along this into the island of relaxation. Number 1, I have to ask you still playing it safe? There I am. As I said, I love to show you the proof. This is my life. I had, if you look under my left foot, the trainer is there ready to snap this crocodile off. But how do you guarantee a call with anyone is my promise, or is my question. And I'm going to show you. It's magical. I want to put you on the cover of my magazine. Now let me share about this. I just showed you the 2 former presidents of South Africa, Leclerc and Nelson Mandela. If you were to call Oprah's office, as an example, and say, I want to put you on the cover of my magazine, so long as it's a magazine that she is passionate about and is in alignment with, do you think you might get some attention from one of her assistants before you would interact with her directly or the person that would be responsible for this? I believe so. Now, what I have done, let me just give you an example. I'm currently living in Thailand. I said I would share something. And before I get into using the formerly famous, I want to share what happened. Is I'm in a monarchy living in Thailand. Everybody here reveres the king, loves the king. He's on the money, he's on billboards, he's on calendars. When he comes on TV, people get down and bow to him when he's even on television. I've made a call to his office, which he's impossible to see, but he loves animals. And I want to do a story on the animals of the monarchy. And he's already approved it to be coordinated. I'm not going to see him, but I certainly got through to the office, and they're going to allow me to take pictures of all of his animals and profile it, and I'm going to give a certain amount of money to charity. But what do you think that's going to do to my publication of Animals of the Monarchy, a special edition? So there are ways of angling this to where you get huge downloads and followings by leveraging opportunities, and there's so many techniques that are stealth, and that was one I wanted to share with you. Use the formerly famous. So we've got the Donald, we've got George Bush Sr., and of course President Clinton. They're all out of the limelight compared to what they used to be in. Do you think they have egos? Do you think they would get behind one of your causes if it were ethical? And probably if you offered a certain portion of revenues to one of their favorite charities, they might do a cover story, might be on the cover or on the, a story inside the magazine that you could use as marketing. Look at Clint Eastwood and Michael Jordan. Other huge name people aren't in the public eye as much as they used to be. And everybody has an ego. So the next question you have to ask yourself is, how do I create content? This is what came to me. It was my question. I can write, yet it stressed me initially thinking, oh gosh, I got to come up with content every month. How easy is this for a non-technical person? I've never published a magazine. How do I get this monkey off my back? Here I was in a monkey sanctuary in Indonesia, again shooting footage for my magazine. And what I found, per Susie's advice, there is an easy solution. And I'm going to give you a little tip that she gave me. And I wrote so little content myself. I wrote the intro, but I became the publisher, hence the puppeteer, the one that was in charge, and I had a sea of contributors all at my fingertips, easily used. Do you think this man writes anything? Carlos Slim? Hello? He's the richest man in the world out of Mexico. He's the wealthiest man in the world, and he is the man who pulls the strings. He doesn't do all the work himself. He directs it. If you become a publisher, you are the one directing. So how do you create an easy cover story? The man on the left is a friend of mine, Mark Victor Hansen. He and I have shared many stages. He was a client of mine many years ago, and is still a friend. And he is the co-author of the very famous or successful brand of books called Chicken Soup for the Soul. He's in Newport Beach, California. You can call us out, Costa Mesa. He lives in Newport. His office is in Costa Mesa, Mark Victor Hansen Enterprises. And he loves to help people. That's one thing I'll say about Mark. He's a great guy, tremendous coach, great speaker, nice man, loves to help budding entrepreneurs. If you were to call his office, you get his assistant first. He doesn't take direct calls initially. But if you were to say, Mr. Hansen, he loves formality, I would love to put you on my magazine cover. Would that be of interest to you? Oh boy, he'd be excited. So would Brian Tracy, and so would Mark's partner, Jack Canfield, who's very active still in the coaching space and teaching people self-help, self-development, personal development, still writes new books under the Chicken Soup brand as well as his own brand, Success Principles. They are teachers first. Brian Tracy is a great man, nice man. Had the pleasure of working with him. Jack Canfield is a nice man. So where do you get this free content? First issue, I used most of the articles from Ezine Articles. Now, you've got to go through it. I spent a total of an hour, my time, finding appropriate articles. Let me repeat that. I spent an hour of total time scanning articles to find appropriate articles that were written by other people, and I gave them proper credit for their articles. And guess what happened to my headache and concern about finding content? Went out the window. I addressed it because I'm in charge. I'm the publisher. It was easy, so easy, I was smiling. Wow. Ezine Articles is a huge directory of all these authors. Like they say in their content here, 477,000 expert authors. And many are passionate, like I am, about wild animals and sanctuaries, rescues. So I found everything I needed in there in the beginning. And then I had writers come, contributors come to me after to share. So other than Ezine Articles, there are a whole host of other opportunities. Got a
So
little
Mitch,
slide
I'm
challenge.
just gonna butt in here and show people all the other things they can put inside their magazine.
Okay.
So this is just a little video for everyone to see what kind of content you can actually put within your magazine. And as well as words, you can actually embed video directly in your magazine. So imagine being able to pop onto YouTube, grab a video that you love, and embed it directly in your magazine. And there instantly you have half a page done. Next up, you can create traditional articles just with text. You can also embed maps. I hope you're seeing this video okay because it's looking a little bit pixelated on my screen. So if you can't, you can tap to email, you can tap to call, you can embed maps within your magazine. You can even put surveys, questionnaires, and all sorts of different things inside your magazine, audio files, whatever you like. You can make it really easy for you to create content for your magazine simply using other people's content. So that's me stolen the stage from Mitch for a couple of minutes. So I'll hand it back to you, Mitch.
And that was Susie Black, by the way. She's the innovator, the brains behind this system. And that's where I learned my information. And thank you, Susie, for that. Butt in anytime you like, because I'm told I talk a lot. So it's good to have a break in the system. So do you want this result? That's what I have to ask you. And Oprah's asking you. She's got her hands out. There she is. Hey, welcoming you. Do you want this result to have something that you can create in your area of passion so you can make money and monetize? So let's show some more information. And the amazing and duplicatable result. Again, we showed you this earlier. Can you see yourself doing this? I mean, would this work for you to have the kind of success I have had? Susie showed she had with her Shop Brisbane magazine as a test. I'm already at issue 3 up on iTunes with my magazine, and it continues to grow. So I have to ask, are you in front of the wave? Is this you? Are you riding the wave of opportunity? Are you seeing tomorrow's newspaper today that I've revealed to you? All these different niches that are yet to be filled, available, just begging for content because the market's already been proven. Or are you one that isn't in front of the wave, that wants to kind of sit and see and maybe take photographs? You always wonder about the photographer in any situation, and he'd love to be in the spotlight, but he'd just rather observe it. Who do you think makes more money? The person riding the wave or the one taking the pictures of the one riding the wave? I think the one riding the wave. Don't you? I believe so. So you have to ask, I mean, would this work for you using this? It's as simple as 1, 2, 3, ABC. That's what I need to follow. And when I created my magazine, I followed Susie's cheat sheet. So you have to first, step 1, find appropriate magazine title, okay? Equals a popular search phrase. Magazine title, matching a popular search phrase. And then we go on to step 2, you verify the commercial value. These are good, sound marketing principles to use in any business you get involved in. Is there a starving crowd with money? Is there enough search volume where people are willing to pay for it? So that's verifying the commercial value. These are the 2 basic steps, okay? And then the same goes for creating your own digital publication. And then creating you select an amazing image which draws people in. You've already found out that there is enough market, there's money to be made in that market, and then you've got to use the techniques to get your mail opened. Okay, you've already got great content inside. You've got to use an attractive image, and that was largely the reason I had the initial success. And you've got to also have flexible thinking. I was demonstrating a stretching device here at one time, and it's about 6 years ago, and it was always my thinking had to be flexible and open-minded and easy, profitable, and fun. That's the formula I like to live by: easy, profitable, and fun. I came up with this saying myself because I like things that are easy, commercially viable, and fun. And I'm sure you want to know what your next move is. Well, we have something for you that we're going to reveal to you in short order. So there's an acronym I like to live by called FISH. First in, still here. The goldfish started, all of a sudden he got populated by other people. And then first in, still here. He's the last one in the bowl because he was first. He learned everything to become successful. When all the competitors came in the weight loss category, they didn't know what he knew because he'd been in there first and was the longest, had the loyal following, and he's still there today. Think of it in that context. Are you the first in and still here? You're the front of the wave, just like the goldfish. And I have to tell you, do what Steve says. Be innovative. Be the first. Look at tomorrow's newspaper today because we've already shown you that proof. Get on the bandwagon and move forward. So let me show you what we have for you today. Magazine trade. There is no offer. This is a one-time deal that we're going to reveal to you. So please stay online because we have the book that we promised you, and I want to walk you through this. I hope you've had some tremendous ideas that you've been able to use for your business. And the Magazine Training Academy, let me go through what's inside here that we put together. It's an impressive package. A to Z magazine publishing training program. So everything is laid out comprehensively so you don't have to do all this research. So Module 1, Magazine Creation Training Module. So that gives you what is necessary to create the training. And so Module 2 is how to publish the magazine. Module 3 is all the marketing is related to the magazine. And easy to use magazine templates. I just plugged and played. I used a plug and play system that was laid out. Step-by-step worksheets. Like I said, I'm 1, 2, 3, ABC, like to follow things that are laid out very clearly for me to just cut or copy paste. This has a value of $4,997. This is just what's inside the Magazine Training Academy. Stay with me, folks. You're going to see an amazing offer at the end. Magazine template library, and it's only for the people that stay on the call, and this is only available today. May sound like hype, but it's reality. It's a one-time deal. Ever-growing library of magazine templates, as easy as copy and paste. As we grow with success stories, you're going to see that as part of your membership. Sample legal contracts with advertisers and contributors. What does that mean? If you want to go and pay a lawyer to create contracts, you're going to spend $3,000. Well, that's all included inside the system that we are showing you today for your benefit. So you can get up and running in minutes, virtually minutes, very easy. That has a value of $2,997. Just for the legal templates alone, it would cost you that to hire an attorney in just about any state in our country. All of that is included inside the system. So magazine creation simplified. Now, what does this mean? Very simply, you supply the graphics, and we complete the app design for you. We'll complete the app design for you. Okay? You don't have to hire an outside person to do this. We're going to do it because of the 7 spots that are going to be available to the callers on the line, 7 spots and only the 7 spots, we're going to do this for you. Your app is uploaded to the iTunes store. Yeah, it saves time and hassle. That has a value of $2,497 if we were to do that for a private client. This is going to be included today. And this is just for webinar swaps for Rich today. If you were to go to our site, you would see all of this at a very different price point. Magazine Training Academy Toolbox. Now, what's included here? You get to use our complete toolbox to make your magazine a success, following the steps that we use, and how to curate your content. What are the resources beyond Easing articles? We gave you one. So that has a value of $197. And inside the Academy's resource list, all the sources that we use for free images. I didn't pay squat for any of the images. Not a nickel, not a dime, not $10, free. And the magazine making cheat sheet. This is something I confess to Susie. I didn't go through all of her training to create my magazine. I used her cheat sheet. I like things fast and easy, as I told you. I like things easy, I like things profitable, and I like to do it fast. Okay, and that has a value of $4.97. Magazine Makers Forum. Who likes to interact with like-minded people? Some of the most valuable time I have ever spent in my business career is interacting with like-minded people who are in the marketing field like myself, being part of a mastermind. So that's what a Magazine Makers Forum is. It's a private, members-only forum, and you get to ask your most pressing questions. You get to post about your magazine and your skills, and you can certainly make money with other people, because some people may not want to write, may not want to edit, may not want to do some of the things that you're willing to do. And you can certainly monetize off each other, and you can collaborate. So you get to cross-promote your business. That's a real advantage of having a mastermind. I used to pay $15,000 a year to belong to Dan Kennedy's mastermind because of the value I got interacting with high-level people that were in the same field I was in. So this has a minimum value of $1,000. The Advertiser Grabber. Let me tell you about this. Let me share with you the benefits of this. You have a proven swipe copy to contact advertisers. This is going to save you time, energy, and frustration. So you get to do exactly what Susie did to get all those advertisers that yielded her $1,980 in her first month. How good is that? Our exact process. Okay, why jump up and down? You can get these people just doing what she did, using the email template she used. She didn't even make any calls. It was all done via email. She was the first to tell you she doesn't like to sell. She didn't have to. You get all the resources and templates that you can duplicate our success. This is a value of $1,997. Let's keep going. People, stay on the call. You're going to see an amazing offer in just a few moments. And you get a copy of my book, 8 weeks of group coaching calls, okay? Open Q&A in the coaching system. Hand holding, and Susie's cute, so she'll hold your hand to ensure your success. I'm sorry, it's only a digital hold, but she will hold your hand through the process. That has a value of $2,997. Magazine Profit Machine. So you've got the Magazine Training Academy, which has a value of $4,997. Template Library, $2,997. App components, all the elements you need in order to create a successful app. Magazine Toolbox is in there. Magazine Resource. You have the Magazine Makers Forum, which I'm so excited about, and learning idea. The Advertiser Grabber, which saves you the time and energy. 8 weeks of premium coaching from Susie. This has a value of $17,176. Don't panic. Stay on the line. We are going to show you an amazing offer in just a few moments if you stay on the line. Let's keep going. Inside the members area, Susie's going to show you what's inside here.
Okay, so this is inside the members area of the Magazine Training Academy, and you're going to see that our modules are split into 3 distinct areas. So if we just pop into the first area here, the magazine creation tutorials, you're going to see that each module is then split into different lessons. So we've really chunked it down for you to make it really simple, and each individual lesson firstly has a description of what you're going to learn about. You're going to see a video of the lesson itself. You have an option there to also listen to an MP3, and where relevant there will be a handout for the slides that we're showing you within that, and also you can view a transcript of the lesson itself. Down the bottom of the page as well, you're going to see that we have worksheets relative to the module. So if there's something that you need to do after watching the video module, then you can simply click on the worksheet and see the parts that you need to do to get your magazine up and running. So this is just an example of a handout showing you the slides that go with the actual video, and also the audio transcript that you can use to reference and make it much easier for you to go through. This is one of our worksheets here as well, so you'll just be able to go through and fill out that worksheet and make it really nice and simple for you.
Yeah, I love the simplicity.
Up top as well, you're going to have the resources area where you're going to find everything such as templates, the magazine creation toolkit, and also the worksheets relating to everything within the actual training system. So you have a couple of different reference points. There is a list there of some of the different templates that we have within the system at the moment, and certainly if you have a magazine request that you think that doesn't quite fit one of the templates, you can put in a request for us to design something a little bit different for you so that you can get your magazine up and running. And again, you're going to see different design components such as templates for your app icon, YouTube video sizes, and also backgrounds for your app. At the bottom there, you're also going to see the legal templates and also a media kit and a rate card sample for advertising. So we've covered all bases that you need to get your magazine up and running within the system area.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that, Susie. That was valuable. Is that great information, comprehensive training, or what? So let me give you a bonus that's going to come in here. Work less, make more. One of the things that we're going to offer you, and wait till we get to the offer, stay on the line, folks, because we have got a one-time amazing offer, and it's only for today. And it's going to blow you away. So first bonus is you get 40 hours of VA time for taking action today, valued at $800. $20 an hour is what these VAs charge normally. That is given to people that stay on the line. You get my gift of the book, and you get a VA, a virtual assistant, to do most of the heavy lifting for you if you stay on the line. So let's keep going with the bonuses, what we have for you today. An 8-day mastermind cruise. As I had shared with you before, we all love masterminding if you're open and want to grow. We're going to have an 8-day mastermind on a cruise ship out of Florida in short order, and this is where you'll be able to meet and strategize with other magazine experts from around the world. I'll be on the cruise. Susie will be on the cruise. You'll be able to interact with us freely, and this is something that we're going to have fun with. It's not all business. We're going to have fun, get to know each other, share ideas in a comfortable environment, cruising the world. So that's in there. We're going to design your personal app icon, and splash screens are designed for you. This is because we're building a group of proof. We want more people who are staying with us that we can prove their success, and that's why it's only available today for this group. If you were to go to the site where this is being sold, it is at a much higher price that we're going to blow your minds with in a little bit. This has a value of $647. Let's keep going with what we're going to give you. What's in it for you? That's what we want to reveal to you, okay? And we're looking at our next slide here is we want to make sure that you are getting a cash cow, okay? Krugerrands are coming out of the rear end of the cash of the cow. It's the cash cow. So that's the link you want to click on when you want to jump on the system with us. Now, we haven't even gotten to the price yet, but let me show you what that is. We're going to get there. So the whole system itself, the magazine profit machine, has a value of over $20,967. But I'm not done yet. We're going to show you. We've already gone through all the elements that is in the base system. We've given you, I'm going to throw in, for the 7 people that jump on this, a one-on-one personal call. For you get to ask me anything about launching your magazine. It can be about your online business, which I have over quite a success in the online field myself. Anything, you get to chat with me. I want to throw this in for the first 7 that take action today as a personal coaching call. I charge $10,000 a day for my time. This is yours to work with me for a period of time on a call so we can solve any of your problems, any of your questions. This is the bonus. It's only available today for the people that take action. I told you there was tremendous value coming up, and this is another piece. You get the 40 hours of the VA. So the real world value is $20,967, okay, for all the elements that, of course, you're not going to pay that, okay? $3,997 is the price that is sold on the site, is sold, will be sold on future webinars, but you're not going to pay that. Let me tell you what's going to blow your mind, and this is only, you've got to be quick clicking on the link at the bottom. You've got to be fast and have the one. Today is a one-time investment. There are only 7 available, so you got to jump on this. Be first. jvgenius.com/WS order, webinar swaps order. You get, under this scenario, for just 97 bucks, you have access to everything we've revealed to you. Why are we doing this? Why is the discount? You think, God, that's too good to be true. Well, it is. You get access to me. You get 40 hours with a VA. You get to have the whole system and look at it open door for 60 days. 60 days. I got my magazine up in 2 weeks. So do you think you can duplicate my success? Great, compete with me. I will give you everything I did in our call together. But it's a 7-day offer, excuse me, a 1-day offer. It's not an hour from now. It's not tomorrow. Hey, can I buy it on the replay? You know, my card did. No. You invest now. We've made you an incredible offer. Jump on the opportunity. Click on the link. It's 97 bucks. You then get all the elements that we shared with you, and there are only 7 spots. And the reason we're doing this is we want to create more proof from regular folks. We've certainly had the niche gurus that have jumped on this. They can see tomorrow today. That's the advantage of some of these big thinkers. Tomorrow today is available to you today. Tomorrow's newspaper is available for you today. Jump on this, invest. There are only 7 spots, like no kidding, no joke. We want to work with 7 people to create proof, because then when we go to larger venues, when I sell this from the stage, the price is $4,000, folks. $4,000. I've already got the proof from Alex Mendozian. I've already got the proof from Brian Zimmerman, okay, who's the CEO of JVZoo. We've already got Glenn Dietzel. We've got other people coming online very shortly. We haven't come out with their publications yet, but it's coming, who are big thought leaders, innovators, who are action takers, people that stand in front of the crowd and separate themselves. They have the guts to do it. Do you have the guts to do this? I've shown you the proof. You be the judge and jury for yourself, for your own investments. Is $97 worth taking the risk? I think so. I think so. $97, you see products all the time. This has a real value of over $20,000, and it's being available for just 7 people. So in addition, you have a gift. I promised you my book. On top of that, this is for everybody on the call. All you have to do is text FOREVER, which is the copy Clients Forever, is my book that I'm giving you. Additional bonus, $24.95. It's yours free. All you have to do, that's my way of saying thank you for staying on the call till the end here, listening to the information, offering you the success plan that's available for 7 people. 404-418-6019, 404-418-6019. Text that into your phone right now. Get your free gift. Invest in the system. 404-418-6019. From our radio days, we always repeat the offer, the call to action 3 times. That's the lesson as well. 3 times, 404-418-6019, 4 times up. So let's look at getting involved. Let's show the slide where you can jump in. So you have a real world value of $20,000. Nope, not going to pay that. You're going to pay $97. You're not going to pay $3,997. That is the price that we're selling it for. Today you get to buy, you get the 60-day look at everything inside for $97. The first 7 and the first 7 only. Everyone should be jumping for this spot, this opportunity. Jump at it. We want to create your success. You get the coaching session with me, one-on-one. I'm willing to take my time. You think I make any money with 97 bucks? Hell no. I want proof. Anybody that puts out a great success story, anybody that puts on a webinar, a live pitch at a presentation needs proof. We need more proof. You have the opportunity to be part of that proof package, and you pay squat, $97. Come on, folks. Huge opportunity. We're looking for proof in your niche. I want to work with you. Susie wants to work with you. We want to create and showcase your success. You get to have access for just $97 to see everything that's been created in detail. She only showed you a fraction of the resources because we have limited time together. It is deep. The content is rich. It's brain dead simple to follow. Step-by-step ABC. I follow just the cheat sheet that Susie created created my magazine, Animal Sanctuary Magazine. That was how, can you see how I paid for my time investment? Because I've got advertisers lined up. I have a paid subscription model. Can you see how I paid for this? Would this work for you? You have to ask yourself, is this something you can do? Do you want to create premium buyers for your list? The iTunes way, the way Steve Jobs has laid out for us to follow, is simple. And I love the idea. It's first in, still here. If you're the first one in, you're going to still be here down the road because you're first. We gave you all the niches that were hot and proven in the direct marketing world: weight loss, dating, hypnosis, dog training, rich jerk. All these categories are wide open in this new chosen medium. It's been the way people are going. I mentioned, I've been in Asia for a year. Everywhere, everybody's consuming their information via their iPads. Their phones they're looking at, their smartphones. They walk down the street looking at this stuff. I don't see people in airports reading magazines like I once did. They're reading their iPhones. They're reading their Android devices. They're reading their digital media. Digital media, of which our system pumps the magazine right into all three of those formats: the Android, the iPhone, the iPad. You can get started for $97 with the training today, and 7 of you are able to do this. 7. Does this make sense? Yes or yes? Yes or absolutely? Does this sound okay so far? I think so. I think so. So if you have an opportunity that's laid out in front of you on a silver platter, are you going to just look at it, or are you going to jump on it and allow it to pile up? We're looking for proof, people. We want more proof than what we've done ourselves. And I laid out the plan for you. I opened up my vest to share. Look, we need you. We want to work with you. We want proof from Rich's List. This is the great group. You folks are budding entrepreneurs, doing your best to make money online. He's shown you all sorts of great systems over the time that you listen to his webinars each week, and you are working with his humor, which I have. I love it. You got an opportunity here. He hasn't brought in expensive investments, big investments like this is, for the most part. We said that we'll make a special one-time offer. We do need proof. So $97. Click on the link, jvgenius.com/WS order. I'd like to open it up for questions. So let's see if anybody has any questions that we can answer. Or is it pretty well laid out? Did I do an incredible job explaining everything? I hope so, but we certainly enjoy and appreciate questions if they come in. And Susie, do we have any questions?
Are you able to check the questions, Mitch?
Yeah, and I don't see any. Let's see again. Questions. Yeah, let's do it. That's one of them. Let's do it. One of the questions.
Yay!
Is let's do it. So
cool.
Yay. So if you have any questions, I think people are clicking to try to be. I see most of the people are still on the call that stayed to the end are getting their free book from me. They're one of the 7 that have jumped on because these are the people that are serious, and I have to acknowledge and appreciate all of you that stayed all the way to the end because you clearly saw the opportunity for yourself and to express yourself in your passion to have premium buyers in your category. I don't think we have the luxury of Rich anymore in the call because I think he was having sound issues, which kind of fell into our laps, which is great. So if you have any questions, I'm here to answer them. Susie's here to answer them. I'd like to read out any concerns, any questions, or is it pretty simple? I mean, $97 to invest and for a 60-day open policy. I think we lost the last slide there, Susie. I have the number. Okay.
Sorry, I hit the wrong key. I apologize.
That's okay. That's all right. Here we are. We're back. I have the number. There was a guy named Bill that had a question. Where's Bill? Bill, where are you? Oh, here it is. Um, and I don't think it says right here, you're asking the mic and receiving the invoice and booking. Go to invoice. All right, so there are people asking some technical questions about the ordering. I see people are taking action. Well, many people are. We've already got most of the spots sold, so this is good.
Fantastic.
Got most of the slots filled, yeah. So we're about there, guys. Who is going to be at the front of the wave? This is again, you will never see this offer on any webinar because a lot of you attend webinars for a living. You're not going to see this offer anywhere else. This is only available today, like for sure, no kidding.
And I think as well, Mitch, it's good to say to these guys that these niches that we investigated, there are no magazines in the iTunes store that deal with these traditional internet marketing niches. So things like dog training, which for years have been making great amounts of money for people, no one's done a magazine on this yet. It's fantastic. Right. I wish I had the time to do a magazine on dog training because I think
well,
it
but that's
would
just yeah.
great.
If you were a dog trainer, or if that were a passion of yours, I mean, again, we've got to stress, those are big niches. People may have passions for them. I don't have a passion for dog training. I don't know anything really about it. I could monetize it. I love animals like you do. I know you own dogs, or have dogs that own you, whichever way you look at it. Yeah. But these are great niches. But if you're a hypnotist, you have the world is wide open. I don't know anything about hypnosis other than I've been hypnotized. But these are niches. Yeah. Weight loss. I've had my struggles going up and down with that, or tried diets. It is available, folks. It is available.
Exactly.
Weight loss, hypnosis, dog training, just like you mentioned.
Exactly, and these guys need to also remember the other point that you made in your presentation, that they don't have to be an expert on the subject because they can get the expert information from people who want to be part of their magazines. So by being the publisher and publishing other people's expert knowledge, it means that they can reap the benefits of what other people are doing.
Yep. And also, here was a question. High influencers, we don't have these types of contacts. Well, you just need to, when you get on the call with me, and for those of you that have an interest, I'm going to give you a coaching call, and this is a great concern. This comes in, and I'm going to give you these contacts. Hello? This is what I'm offering, folks. I'm going to pave the way for you in the call.
And the other thing with that, Mitch, you don't actually know the King of Thailand, do you?
Nope.
And you've managed to put in a call to his office and be able to have content within your next magazine in regards to him. So I think people who are worried about the fact that they might not have these contacts need to remember, but that just by saying to people, "Hey, I have a magazine. Would you like to be on the cover?" is the key to entry.
Absolutely. It opens the door. Now, I'm not traveling to see him. Am I going to meet the King of Thailand? Do I have that kind of influence? Absolutely not. He's not going to see me. He wouldn't see President Obama when he came to Thailand, okay? He doesn't consider him worthy. He's royalty, and Obama is an elected official who's going to be gone in 4 years. Okay, I'm not going to tell you a lie or make that up. I'm going to see this. No. I'm going to send in a photographer to take pictures. I'll write a story, and I'll get a story, but it's all about the story and leveraging these things, and I want to address this, because some person said, I don't know the high influencers, and we can't travel like you do. I traveled a little bit, and here's what's also, all these pictures are easily achieved. I used some of these funny pictures when I was it's just my personal story. I wasn't sure whether I wanted to live in Bali or Thailand because I'm in the internet marketing space. Everything is virtual today. So I took advantage of Indonesia while I was there. I also went to Komodo Island, took pictures with the Komodo dragons. I can't travel to every part of the world. It's just not feasible. But what I can do is call people who are in these animal sanctuaries, running them, and saying, I'd like to feature your sanctuary. Can you send me photos of your sanctuary? Can you do that? Can I do that? Absolutely. I don't have to go to these places. I just showed you a couple places I was fortunate enough to visit. So people say, well, the financial concerns are there. No, oh, come on. The internet. We're in the internet, folks. Everything's available to us. Everything. People have, the poorest of people I saw in the Philippines have phones. They'll spend money on their phone. They can take pictures on their phones. There's availability because of the world we're in today that's just readily available. Does that make sense? I think so.
Yep, totally.
Yeah.
And the fact is that the great thing about a magazine as well is that you can, if you can't get an interview with somebody who you think would be great within your magazine, you can look at another option of actually creating a profile. So by reading and researching information about them and profiling that person, you can still feature somebody within your magazine, even if you haven't managed to get a direct interview with them. There's lots of different things that you can do, and we certainly teach all of that within the system.
Yep. Yep. I think we still have a few people on the call. If there are any remaining questions, I'm here to answer them. I don't see, I mean, I've answered, not specifically to the person, but I have answered the questions that were repeated over and over again. So I hope that was helpful. Susie, is there anything else that you think we ought to add so it makes it for everybody to take action?
Yeah, I think these guys also probably need to know that the 8 weeks coaching calls that we have, one-on-one or group coaching calls that we have each week, if they are going through the system and come up with any problems or any questions with regards to creating their magazine, then these live coaching calls will provide them the answer to all of that. So even if they find that they've hit a small roadblock, then we can teach them the way to get around that roadblock. So they're being taken by the hand to go through the system. It's not just off you go and we'll see you at the other end. We will guide them by the hand to make sure that they can produce a magazine.
Okay. Okay, Mark here from New Zealand. Okay, so now I'm here. I'm seeing some of these questions. The window was not. I'm not usually the one that answers questions on the calls, but here's not anymore. Not Bill Gates. That's pretty funny. She doesn't want anybody but her. Related to Oprah Winfrey, this is pretty funny. Are there any upsells?
True.
No, there. Are there any upsells? No, there are not. This is about creating a case study. Who did you say loves animals? Many people do. Who loves animals? Another question. Why you're not answering any of my questions if you have this window open? I don't know what question that is, and that came from Clem. Clemens. Why is this offer only good today? Because we want to work with only the action takers. That's why. I mean, $97 is not a lot, and we want people that are serious and want to jump into this immediately. Like, I want to start consulting with people and get this up right away. We're on a time frame. We want to make sure we push the envelope. Sounds like extremely high pressure. Well, that's a matter of perception. If you don't, you can always get off the call if this sounds like high pressure. And that came from one person. I'll leave him nameless. Why will this work in Australia? Absolutely. It's worldwide. I mean, Australia.
Yeah, anywhere.
You're in Australia, Susie. You live in Brisbane. So.
Yeah. So yeah, anywhere this kind of stuff works, and people need to know that when they publish a magazine on the iTunes and Android stores, it's available worldwide. So you don't have to limit yourself just to your local market. You can market a magazine to the local market, but it's also available worldwide. So you might have something that your local market loves, such as, let's give an example, the Great Barrier Reef, for example. You might want to do a magazine detailing the tourism on the Great Barrier Reef. So that's a very specific place. But if I'm in Canada and I want to think about traveling to the Great Barrier Reef, I can jump on the iTunes store, find the Great Barrier Reef magazine, and download it. So, you know, you are open to a global market, even if you are just looking at a local area magazine. So, yeah, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, this will work for you.
Yeah, and I have a comment from Paul who said, "Wow, I've already had a major paradigm shift. Thank you." And I mean, that's nice to see. If we were able to open your eyes with something that was shared, there is a huge opportunity here. And you know, Paul is an action taker. I like that. And you know, some of these people with great questions, or there, it's like, how do we get in front of the influencers? I'll reveal that in our one-on-one coaching call. Okay? I've never done a coaching call for $97. That's included for free, and you get the system revealed to you. And there is no upsell. That was one of the questions, because people are so used to these one-time offers or an upsell. No, this is it.
Yeah,
you get what
sure
we've got
is.
today. We're looking for the 7 people. Like, no kidding. One person, accused, oh, this is high pressure. Yeah, it is. I'm guilty as charged. It's high pressure because we want people to jump on this.
Yeah, I
And
think they also need to know with regard to the high pressure thing that yeah, this may be a high pressure offer. It's not a high pressure system. You don't have
no,
to stress that this is a high pressure system. We've broken it down into such small chunks and step by step chunks that it's going to make it really easy for you to do. And even to be completely honest, I know, Mitch, that you just created your magazine using the cheat sheets. If these
yeah,
guys come along to our group coaching calls once a week, then
uh,
they would be able to create a magazine just off the back of the coaching calls, even if they don't have the time to go through all the video training. So, yeah, we've broken it down in such a way that it's going to be easy and very apparent for them to do it. Really, no stress and no pressure to do.
got it, got it. And that is true about the elements. It's all there. You'll follow it. I mean, I felt pressure when I was stressed about how am I going to create all the content, and then it was all revealed to me. Just follow the system. I relieved it, and we got the magazine out in 2 weeks. I mean, that
Yeah.
in itself. So if there are any more questions, I'm here to answer, and we'll answer, of course, the rest of them on your coaching call with me for the 7 people that took action and jumped on the opportunity. And I think we've covered all the elements, and if there are more questions, of course, we'll go through it on your call, or you can interact with Susie on the forum or email you for the people
Yeah.
that jump on the link, and we'll answer your questions, because we're not here to go away. We're here to walk you through the process to ensure your success within the 60-day period of time. We want to jump on this right away. Fast. Action takers get the rewards, okay? As Napoleon Hill said, when he profiled all these millionaires at the turn of the century, one of the key components, they were involved in masterminds, but what he found, the big differentiator between the people that were successful and those that were not, were the people that took action quickly, saw opportunities and leaped on them. They didn't think about them for too long. They made a quick evaluation, snap decision. Yes, this is right for me. So I ask you, if this is right for you, then jump on it. If it's not, no pressure, then don't. Watch the other people succeed that are around you, the other people that are on the call, other peers. Look at them succeed, and then you'll think, okay, maybe I should have taken action, but that's entirely up to you. We want people that want to be successful. Period. Because that's where we want to invest our time, energy, and resources. Because we want the success story. Please invest in yourself if you want to be successful and be guided and be part of this case study, this special group that reveals the proof for all others who are going to pay full price of $4,000. Make sense? And I think we are covered. A couple of people saying, yep, I'm in, to
Fantastic.
yups. I'm
Great.
in, thanks. When can I get my call? Very soon. We'll schedule it. We'll certainly get this to you as quickly as possible.
Yeah, fantastic. And we can't wait to get people up and running with this stuff.
Yep. All right, folks. I think we are concluded. Susie, thank you for assisting. Thank you to Rich, who's on the call somewhere in Mississippi, and we will go from there.